The story begins in a world where magic exists, but so do demonic caves and the monsters that dwell within. This magic also awakens special powers in certain individuals, known as the Awakened, and the most powerful team among them is the Divine Corps, led by the formidable Bai Yi. He has been their commander for 10 years, and his team includes Ling Yue, an assassin, Han Xiaoling, a mage, Lucian, a support member, and an archer. They are on a very important mission, and their goal is to kill a demon king named Belphegor. This demon king is a triple S-class threat with 5 elemental powers, making him a very tough enemy. The gods have given Bai Yi and his team their orders, and they enter the demonic cave. Bai Yi tells his squad to start the mission. This cave is the 100th high-level demonic cave the team has entered, and the mission is named an L-class purge operation because it is so dangerous. The team, however, is excited because they were promised a vacation after defeating Belphegor. The squad works in perfect sync. They unleash their powers on the attacking demons. Bai Yi leads the attack and they cut through the demons with swift and precise moves. This ease comes from all Divine Corps members being L-rank warriors. In just a few minutes of coordinated effort, the team clears the cave and kills the demon king Belphegor. The members express their excitement about how simple the mission was. However, Lucian feels skeptical. He believes it was too easy for an L-rank mission. Bai Yi agrees with this feeling. The intelligence he received stated Belphegor had 5 elements and a hidden skill. While Bai Yi analyzes what could be wrong, Ling Yue hugs him from behind. She asks if he will treat them to a feast. He feels tired of her and pushes her away. He tells the team they will have dinner at their usual spot. Han Xiaoling cannot believe their captain is rejecting a chance with Ling Yue. Then they notice the last team member is missing. This member did not help during the fight and is nowhere seen. The team is not concerned since they completed the mission. Suddenly, the missing member, the archer, appears behind them. He raises his hand and declares the start of the purge operation. Right then, Han Xiaoling is hit in the head with an arrow, dying instantly. Shock fills the team as they see Han Xiaoling on the ground. Half of his head is gone and blood spills onto the floor. While the team remains in shock, the traitor reveals that God assigned him the purge mission. Bai Yi tries to move but finds he cannot even flinch his body. The traitor explains they have been eating breakfasts with paralytic powder for the past month. Then he further restrains them with his divine skill, Forbidden Vines, which limits their movement. The traitor arrogantly explains he was assigned to wipe out the team and needed preparation. Bai Yi and the others ask why he betrayed them. The traitor replies that it is God's decree to eliminate the L-class warriors. He tightens the vines on Bai Yi and the others, forcing them to scream in pain. Ling Yue and Lucian slowly lose their consciousness while coughing blood. Bai Yi reminds the traitor that the Divine Corps never crossed any lines deserving death. Since they followed all the rules, Bai Yi wants to know why they must die. The traitor arrogantly states that God does not need a reason to kill them. He walks close to Bai Yi and chokes him with the vines. Then he punches through Bai Yi's chest. Bai Yi feels completely overwhelmed by this sudden betrayal. He had genuinely considered the traitor to be part of his family. The team has spent 10 full years together, becoming almost inseparable through countless missions and shared experiences. The traitor laughs cruelly at Bai Yi for being so naive and trusting. He states coldly he was never truly their family member. From his first day in the Divine Corps, he explains he has been working on a secret mission assigned by the gods themselves. Essentially, Bai Yi and his entire team were merely pawns in a larger game orchestrated by higher powers. The traitor reveals he joined specifically to study their strengths and weaknesses, and he played his friendly role perfectly throughout the years. Bai Yi and his teammates finally lose their remaining life force and collapse completely onto the cave floor. The traitor stands over their fallen bodies and delivers a final shot directly to Bai Yi's head, ensuring his death. The date was May 22nd, 2125, and on that terrible day, Bai Yi and his entire team of L-class warriors were brutally killed. Their lifeless bodies were left on the ground while the traitor calmly walked away from the scene, already preparing for his promised vacation. But right then, something unexpected happened. Just as Bai Yi's consciousness was about to fade completely, he suddenly hears a deep voice demanding to make a deal. He opens his eyes and is shocked to find himself bound in heavy chains within a strange and unfamiliar place, and a creepy man wearing a formal suit and surrounded by a dark aura standing before him. Bai Yi looks closer and realizes it is Belphegor, the Demon King. He wonders how the Demon King is still alive. Belphegor teases Bai Yi, saying a high-ranking Demon King wouldn't die so easily, and right now they are in his soul domain, where the entire kingdom is his life force. Bai Yi is tired of the Demon King's chatter and suggests they get to business. Seeing Bai Yi's anger, Belphegor offers a deal. Belphegor reveals his hidden skill is life regression. He tells Bai Yi he can send him back in time. This would give Bai Yi a chance to change what happened. Remembering his team's death, Bai Yi immediately agrees. He is full of rage and promises to kill the traitor and the gods who gave the order. Belphegor is happy with this. He gives Bai Yi another gift, his own heart, Belphegor's heart. Bai Yi asks why the Demon King is helping him, but he is sent away before he gets an answer. Later, when he opens his eyes, he is shocked to find himself in a classroom, being scolded by his teacher, Lady Huang. It turns out Bai Yi has traveled 20 years into the past, to the year 2010. He is now back to being a student in the Awakened Academy's middle school division, reliving the days before his powers first awakened. Teacher Wang scolds him for sleeping during class just before the important awakening ceremony. She punishes him by ordering him to stand at the back of the classroom. Still in disbelief, he slowly walks to the back of the room. His eyes scan the faces of classmates he has not seen for nearly 20 years. Teacher Wang continues with her lesson after addressing Bai Yi. She explains the 5 fundamental elemental powers: lightning, flower, cloud, nuclear, and stellar. She emphasizes that each person can awaken with only one element. Using herself as an example, she mentions possessing the rare cloud element. She further divides the elements into 3 categories based on how they bond with the body: combat, support, and special. She describes how effective teams combine these elements with different roles, citing the school's guild team as an illustration. This team includes a stellar mage, a cloud warrior, a nuclear bard, and a lightning assassin working in harmony. Teacher Wang praises the students for their unique potential. She tells them that Awakening Day represents the most critical day of their lives. She adds that there are nearly 100 known awakened professions, ranked from dust as the lowest to ember and abyss, up to celestial as the highest. She stresses that students have only one chance at awakening, and the status they achieve will decide their future paths. After the lesson ends, the students begin preparing for their upcoming awakening ceremony. During this time, Bai Yi encounters a classmate he nicknames Specs due to the boy's constant use of thick glasses. He sees Specs being bullied by an annoying student named Hong Guangsheng, who is already awakened as an E-rank stellar assassin. This early power makes Hong popular and feared among his peers. Bai Yi shows no surprise at this scene, as he remembers Hong always targeted weaker students in their school. Before Hong can continue harassing Specs, Teacher Wang arrives and intervenes. She firmly tells Hong that school is no place for bullying or extorting money from others. Hong responds with arrogance, attempting to twist the story by claiming that Specs bumped into him first and taking money was merely fair compensation. Internally, Hong thinks he would have tried to get her fired if she were not so attractive. Despite his boldness, he decides to leave the area with his friends. As Hong walks away, he sees Bai Yi standing in his path and shoves him aside without any apology. Bai Yi chooses not to react physically to this provocation. Instead, he observes Teacher Wang comforting the distressed Specs. This action confirms that Wang is a caring teacher who genuinely looks after her students despite her often tough exterior. This situation triggers a memory in Bai Yi from his past life. He remembered that 20 years ago, Teacher Wang had helped him after his own awakening ceremony. Just then, another teacher approaches Wang and informs her that her class is next for the awakening chamber. Acting like a concerned mother, she advises all her students to remain calm during the procedure to avoid any potential injuries. In this world, 2 primary methods exist for awakening special powers. The first is natural awakening, which Hong Guangsheng experienced, explaining his early power and arrogant behavior. Natural awakening typically occurs in individuals with strong physical constitutions when their innate talent activates during highly emotional moments. The second method is artificial awakening, where students with potential enter a specially designed awakening chamber. The awakening chamber is a significant invention developed by scientists over many years. Inside the chamber, individuals experience intense stimulation of their emotions and adrenaline. This stimulation forces any dormant awakening potential to activate abruptly.
Since artificial awakening occurs only once in a lifetime, it is viewed as the sole opportunity for most people to transform their lives by gaining powers. Several of Bai Yi's classmates enter the awakening chamber before him and receive desirable professions. For example, one student awakens with a blue-tier Ember profession, which falls under the Amber class. When Bai Yi's turn arrives, Teacher Wang advises him to maintain focus inside the chamber. Bai Yi acknowledges her guidance and steps into the chamber. He remembered from his past life that he awakened as an E-rank nuclear warrior, a dust tier class, widely considered the lowest profession. That previous awakening led to constant bullying, and he only achieved the rarest awakening type after reaching S rank much later. Now, as he enters the chamber again, he fully expects to relive his past humiliation and receive the same low-tier profession. The chamber initiates its process, but the system's display suddenly flashes with a bright error message. Sensors detect the impossible presence of 5 distinct elemental energies in his body, a stark contrast to the single element found in every other person. Bai Yi feels a terrifying burning sensation erupting deep inside his core, as if his insides are on fire. The system screen then clears and displays a final staggering message that simply reads, "Infinite Awakening."
And that's all for today. If you'd like us to continue this manhwa, leave a comment and please subscribe to the channel to support us. We'll see you in the next video.